What's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, we're back at it, man. The NBA season is finally upon us. I missed you guys dearly. I'm your host, Jay Briggs, and y'all know we do her on the NBA Jam Session, man. Welcome back to the best NBA betting podcast on the planet. Here, we kick the crap out of the books betting the NBA all season long, man. We put up tremendous numbers last season. We finished number one here at Pickdawgz in the NBA. And we look to do it all again this season, man. I'm so glad to have y'all back. Look, we got 2 games on the card today. Then Wednesday, we got a lot of action on the card. Look, I've been watching a ton of NBA preseason action. Got my eyes on these teams, comfortable with who they are, comfortable with the schemes that they're running this season, the sets they're coming down and running, things of that nature. I'm telling you, I'm locked in, I'm loaded, and I'm ready to have another extremely profitable NBA season. Look, early in the season, man, we're just going to trust our spots, trust our situations, trust our eyes. We're going to fire away, man. And usually when we do that earlier in the season, we start the season off with the bang. So that's exactly what we're trying to do to start this season. Again, I'm glad to have y'all back. 2 games on the card tonight. Finna cook them up both for you, ladies and gentlemen, right here, right now. So without further ado, y'all know me. I ain't here to waste y'all's time, man, I'm here to help you turn a profit. So without further ado, let's do exactly that. Let's continue to beat up on the books. Let's make some money tonight. Let's hop right into tonight's NBA action. All right, ladies and gentlemen. First game of the season. Let's get her done. We got the defending champs, the Boston Celtics, at home, at the crib, laying 5. Banner night, ring night. Hey, shout out to Celtics, man, for pulling it off last season. Do they pull off the cover, though, is the million-dollar question. That's the question we need answered tonight. The story of the offseason was the New York Knicks, man. They became the Nova Knicks as they acquired Mikal Bridges. Huge offseason trade I didn't see coming. And then they made another trade that I didn't see coming in trading Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo to Minnesota and acquiring Karl Anthony Towns. In the grand scheme of things, I like the moves for the Knicks. I think the Knicks closed the gap on the Celtics. And I think, in all honesty, it probably made them, right now at least, the second best team in the Eastern Conference. We'll see if they're able to overcome being the Knicks, though. That's a whole thing in itself. But I do like the offseason additions for the New York Knicks. Problem is the Celtics are still, in my opinion, the best team in the league. And as we talked about a lot last season, unless we have a clear and concise reason to fade Boston, we're just not going to do so. We're not going to do so. Let's look at some stats from, the defending NBA champions. They're 20-4 last 24 seasons straight up at home, on banner night. ATS-wise, they're 10-14, though. Look, in this game, I do like the Knicks. I think they improved. I don't think that they improved enough to cover in this basketball game tonight, though. I don't have a clear and concise reason to fade Boston tonight. I know Porzingis is out, but I still think the Celtics swing, get open looks, play good defense, get up and down the floor, and come out with a dub and a comfortable win. The Celtics have kind of had the number of the Knicks over the last couple seasons, and until I see it, I don't have a clear and concise reason to fade Boston. The Knicks will be improved. We will be able to bet the Knicks in certain spots this season. I know that they're healthy. OG Anunoby back in the fold. They were 20-3 last season with him on the roster, but they didn't play the Celtics those 23 games. You feel me? I'm on Boston, man. There's really no reason to shake it up, in my opinion. I know it's banner night. I know ATS-wise it hasn't been the most profitable spot to take the champions on banner night, but I think the Celtics are just a different team, different animal, different monster. I think they're the best team in the league again this season. I trust them to get us the cover tonight. I'll lay it here in our first game of the NBA season. All right, ladies and gentlemen, last and final game of opening night. We got the Minnesota Timberwolves out on the road facing the Los Angeles Lake Show Lakers. Minnesota is favored on the road in this basketball game. What did I say in the intro? We're just going to trust our spots, trust our situations, and trust our eyes, and trust what we know about these teams. What do we know about the Minnesota Timberwolves? For the last couple seasons, we've called them the House of Disappointment. The reason we call them the House of Disappointment is because when they have expectations, they almost never do it. They almost never do it. And now, in my opinion, expected to beat the Lakers on opening night in Los Angeles. I can't get there with them to do that, man. I'm on the Los Angeles Lake Show Lakers straight up on the money line here in this one. It'd be different if the line was like Lakers -2, Lakers -3, and the Timberwolves were a dog. Like, that's the style role that they thrive in. That's who they've been the last couple seasons. But when they're expected to do something, when people jump on them and love them to do something, they almost never do it. They almost never do it. Just let's take back to last season. In the Western Conference Finals, a lot of people expected them to beat the Mavs. They did not do it. But when they were not expected to beat the Nuggets, they did it. That's just a quick random example off the top of my head. But I don't trust Minnesota when they're expected to do things. We talked about the trade, the last segment about the Knicks. Minnesota acquired Julius Randle and Donte DiVincenzo over the offseason. I want to see how it fits. I want to see how it works. Randle didn't play a whole lot of preseason. DiVincenzo was out there balling. I actually really like Donte DiVincenzo for Minnesota. I think he could actually probably become their starting point guard as the season progresses. But I think Minnesota is going to be. It's going to take a second. I think they probably will go on another deep playoff run. They're going to be really good this season again. But trading away your franchise player, trading away your number 1 overall pick from, you know what I mean? Cat is Minnesota. He is Minnesota, and he was the locker room guy in Minnesota. I don't think that they're just going to come out this season on fire like many people may think. I think the Lakers, new system, new head coach with J.J. Redick, I like what I've seen from them in the preseason. I think the Lakers actually might do a little something this season. We'll see. We'll see if they're able to avoid the Nuggets in the playoffs is really what it's going to come down to. But I'm going to take the Lakers here on opening night. Dogs at home, essentially, is what they are. I think LeBron, Anthony Davis show up. Anthony Davis is healthy to start the season. Again, I like the system J.J. Redick is trying to implement. Give me the Lakers. I think they win it. I'm going to take them here in our last and final game of opening night. All right, so one thing people have been begging me to do over the last couple seasons is, Jay, can you talk us through some props? You're watching the games anyway. Can you just let us know a couple props? I thought this season, I got y'all. I'm going to try to do this every jam session episode. Just walk y'all through a couple of props that I see that jump off the page for me. I'll have some prop premiums as the season progresses. But right now, early season, I'm just going to give y'all 4 that I like for opening night. I'm going to quick rapid fire these at y'all. Naz Reid, over 1.5 threes. We saw him take a tremendous step forward for the Timberwolves in the postseason. His jumper looked beautiful in the postseason. I think he definitely is going to get the looks, definitely get the shots up. We only need him to hit 2. I think he hits 2. Give me Naz Reid over 1.5 threes. Mikal Bridges, under 14.5 points. Great addition for the New York Knicks. I really like the addition for them. But if you don't know, now you know. That boy's jumper is broke. He's been trying to change his jumper for like last 2 seasons. And right now, currently, I don't like the form, the motion that he has. It's ugly. It doesn't seem like he feels comfortable shooting it. So I don't trust his jumper right now. So I think a lot of 2s are in his future. And early to start the season, I just don't think he's going to be cashing at the rate that people may think. Game 1, I'm going to look at Mikal Bridges under his points total. Austin Reeves under 15.5 points is something I also like here. Wouldn't be surprised at all if the Lakers pulled the Bronny card game 1. Wouldn't be surprised at all if they pulled the Bronny card game 1, gave LeBron and his son his moment early. Who's that hurt most? Austin Reeves. I think Reeves will be just fine. He's going to continue to be an intricate part of this team. But game 1, with the narrative, with all the outside things going on here, wouldn't be surprised if he had an off game, a bad game. Give me Austin Reeves under his points total. And last and final one, Julius Randle under 18.5 points. Didn't play a ton of preseason, and I think he's going to struggle to find a ton of minutes in this rotation. I think Naz Reid is going to get a lot of those minutes at the 4. Julius Randle will be a big part of this team, but early in the season, I'm not sure. And 18.5 is kind of high. So I'm going to take Randall first game of the season under his points total. He'll be fine. He'll be a great piece of this team. But right now, early in the season, I think a lot of those minutes go to Naz Reid. So give me Naz Reid at 1.5 threes. Give me Mikal Bridges under 14.5 points. Give me Austin Reeves under 15.5 points. And give me Julius Randle under 18.5 points, man. I'm going to try to talk some more props with you guys all season long. That's what I like. Opening night. And that's going to conclude the first episode of the NBA Jam session of the season. I appreciate y'all more than y'all know, man. I'm glad to be back. I'm so glad to be back. Of course, I have a top play for y'all tonight, man. I have a top play over at the site, but I think you should really hop on something long-term, man. You should really think about hopping on something long-term. I have a season pass up there for y'all. I got 3-day, weekly, monthly, however you want to do it over at Pickdawgz Premium. You can do it. And when you hop on one of those passes, you get every sport. You know, NFL, NBA, hockey, college football, everything going on right now, man. So seriously, think about hopping on one of those, man, because y'all already know the units, the effort, the energy, everything that we put into the NBA, man, and we're going to turn a profit again, just like we did last season. I appreciate y'all more than y'all know, man. I'm so glad to be back. I am so glad to be back. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Got a huge card tomorrow, so make sure you're back. Buckle up and get ready for a tremendous NBA season, man. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs. I'm out of here. Peace.